Hey guys, this is Davis again from Davis Comic Finds, and thought I'd go ahead and get this over with because I'm sure everyone's anxiously awaiting to see who won the first place in the Davis Comic Finds MrRigamortis86 200 sub contest. Mr. Rigamortis gave me the honor of drawing the first place winner. So I've got everybody's names written down. I'm not going to go through all the names because that would just waste time. There's 21 names. And Rig did a video where he went over all of them. This is on Sunday night. I thought I'd go ahead and just do it. It might be Monday morning before it makes it online, but I just want to get it out to you guys so you guys could see who won this stack of comics right here. Where I got it bubble wrapped, and there might be a few other things that get thrown into this box, so you know, it might be some surprises. First thing I wanted to do though was answer the questions. I'll answer my own questions first, and I'll try to answer Mr. Rigamortis's. I apologize ahead of time for my my thought for my story arc. It's not well thought out, not well put together, but I probably should have thought about it more, but it is what it is. But first off, favorite Spider-Man villain. Everyone should know this. My favorite Spider-Man villain is Craven, and I'll go ahead and combine that with my favorite cover, which is Amazing Spider-Man 47. I just love this John Romita cover. I always thought it was really cool. Craven's my favorite, probably because, you know, he's like the first real guy that beat Spider-Man. I mean, if he had wanted to kill Spider-Man, he could have. It ended up driving him crazy when he did beat him, but I mean, he's probably, in my opinion, the most formidable foe that Spider-Man's ever faced, and just the hunter instinct and everything. He's just a really cool character, and Craven's Last Hunt really brought out, I mean, how, I don't know, it just is a life-changing story, I guess. I don't know if I'd call it life-changing, but I mean, it's a great story, probably my favorite Spider-Man story, and that's why I like Craven. So there is my favorite Amazing Spider-Man cover again. Amazing Spider-Man 47. Great book. So I've answered 2 of my questions. See, that didn't take long at all. Last one was ranking 8 artists from least to greatest. Least, the first one being the one that you like the least. Not saying that they're a bad artist. I mean, they are working on Amazing Spider-Man. There's not been a lot of artists that have worked on Amazing Spider-Man, and yeah, these are great. They're all great artists, but you know, some you like better than others. My least favorite is John Romita Jr. Some of the stuff that he does, I'm not a big fan of. But I am a fan of this cover. Now, this was a cool cover he did with his dad. I mean, it says down here, John Romita Jr. and John Romita Sr. did this cover. So, but there's Amazing Spider-Man 238, First Hobgoblin. So he worked on that cover. But he's number 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list is also a really good artist, but he falls at number 7 on my list. It's Eric Larson. There's an Eric Larson cover with Randy Emberlin. It's issue 347 of Amazing Spider-Man. Number 6 on my list, and he consistently placed lower on the list. There's just a lot of iconic artists on Amazing Spider-Man. And this guy's really good. I think the highest I heard him was like maybe number 4 on Pop.Comics maybe. But still a great artist. and that's Ron Friends. You gotta love that cover. Throwback cover to Amazing Fantasy 15. So that's Amazing Spider-Man 252. So, great cover by Ron Friends. He's a great artist, but there are others that place consistently ahead of him. Here is one of them, Mark Bagley, also with inks by Randy Emberlin. Amazing Spider-Man 361. First Carnage. Bagley was a really good artist. He did really good on Amazing Spider-Man, and he also Ultimate Spider-Man did really good on Ultimate Spider-Man. So, and it's got a totally different style than even Amazing Spider-Man. So, number 4 is the quintessential Craven artist. I think he's the best Craven artist, and that's Mike Zeck. He didn't do a lot of Spider-Man books, but the ones that he did he did really well on. There's Amazing Spider-Man 294. Great Craven cover right there. Okay. Number 3 on my list, and I couldn't put him at number 1, but he is a great artist. I probably should have grabbed my ASM 300, but I grabbed my ASM 301. It's Todd McFarlane, great artist. So he would place number 3 on my list. Number 1 and 2, you gotta have. It surprised me at how many people didn't have Ditko and Romita at number 1, because I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I mean, come on, Romita and Ditko, I mean, they really got Spider-Man going, and they're just iconic. I guess I'm more drawn to the Silver Age Spider-Man than any other of the eras of Spider-Man. But here is Amazing Spider-Man number 5, Steve Ditko cover. I mean, you got Dr. Doom there and Spidey swinging in. I mean, gotta love that. And I did not put Ditko at number 1 because I just, my favorite Amazing Spider-Man is the Romita cover. So, I mean, I have to put him at number 1. And my second favorite ASM cover is also a Romita cover. So, I mean, he is consistently my favorite. But there's Amazing Spider-Man number 50. I think Romita is by a long shot my favorite. So, great artist. So there's my questions out of the way, and that took me 8 minutes, so I probably ought to get to work on this other stuff. MrRigamortis86 questions. Favorite comic book movie soundtrack? You can't say Batman from 1989. That is the best one, but 1A, that's 1A, 1B can be Superman the movie. Another great soundtrack, iconic. When you hear the March of Superman, or Superman, the theme, the main title, you know exactly what it is, and it's just iconic, and just a great soundtrack. So, and this was done by John Williams, so he's pretty famous for some other movies too. Some other movies scores. So that would have to be my 1B. Okay. What's next? Favorite 90s story art. I'm going to mention this one. This technically I think came out in the 80s, but this copy was printed in the 90s. So that's definitely my favorite Spider-Man story art. I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, you got Vermin there, and you got Craven there. Certainly I had a bookmark in it, but great book. So, and if I get disqualified for that one, I'll just say Star Wars Dark Empire. Really like this one. It just gives you a different take on what happened on after Return of the Jedi. And I really enjoyed this one. So I think this might be the UK edition, but this one's really good. Okay. What's last? Okay. Riggs. Okay, storyline. Okay, I'm going to make this quick. Storyline. We got a team-up book. Okay. You've got Spidey and Wolverine teaming up. Okay, they go to get lured to this island. Okay. And, you know, there's all these traps all over the island. And it's just like, you know, there's no one else there but them and like wild animals, you know. And they have to work together to get off this island. They're trying to get off this island. And they go so far and they're just not getting along. Because, you know, Spidey and Wolverine never get along in the comics because they're so different. And then they figure out who lured them to the island. It's a team up, so you've got Spidey and Wolverine, and then on the other side you've got two members of the Avengers 1959, which if you've not heard of them, you can look them up. But you've got Craven the Hunter, and you've got Sabretooth, who is also on the Avengers 1959. So you've got Craven's, one of Spider-Man's big enemies, and you've got Wolverine's big enemy and Sabretooth. And now Sabretooth and Wolverine, or Sabretooth and Craven are hunting Spider-Man and Wolverine on this island. And I haven't quite come up with an ending yet. I have this picture in my head of a splash page where Craven's got Spider-Man by the throat and he's holding him up, and he's got like a knife or a kukri, I guess it's kukri, I don't know how you pronounce it, in one hand about to stab Spider-Man, and you got Wolverine sneaking up from behind through the jungle. You know, you got a waterfall in the background and everything, and then you've got Sabretooth lunging at Wolverine at the same time. And it's like, you know, well, and maybe do that at the end of an issue, of one of the issues, and you're thinking, is Wolverine going to be able to save Spider-Man? And so that one's, I think that would be cool. And like I say, I'm not really, you know, the good guys have to get away, but maybe they don't get away unscathed. So that's kind of what I'm going around in my head. I'd probably flesh it out a little better. But I think it would be cool to see Spidey and Wolverine team up against Craven and Sabretooth, because you've got, you know, your two primal guys in Wolverine and Sabretooth, and you've got their two, well, Craven could be considered primal, but he's also very intelligent. So you got those Spider-Man versus Craven, Wolverine versus Sabretooth. I think it'd make a cool book, but and definitely make some cool splash pages and stuff. If you had somebody like a Mike Zeck working on it, or even a Todd McFarlane, I think would be cool on that. But yeah, that's my story. And what else is left? Am I done? I guess I better get these pieces of paper in here. Take my hat off. I'm not completely bald yet. I'll put all these in here. 21 names, 21 entries. And remember, the way this is done, whoever gets drawn this time gets to pick whether you want my prize or MrRigamortis86's prize. I would pick MrRigamortis86's prize, but it's up to you what prize you pick. And I guess we'll see who wins. And I probably should have had these already folded over, but maybe we can get these in here. I think Rig said we only had one international, which is Kyle, and he always wants to win stuff. He'll probably work some wizardry or something and win at least one of the prizes, just because that's how he is. But okay, all the names are in the hat. I guess you guys can hear that. Okay, we're going to draw one name out. This one right here. Got one name. One name out. Okay, you guys ready to see it? Got one name. One name is, let's see, I can't even go the right way. Airborne Sapper. He just entered a few days ago, so he would be the winner of the first prize in this contest. So, congratulations, Airborne Sapper. You'll have to get me your address. I'm sure I can get it. I might be able to get it from Rig. But congratulations, you won first. And yeah. Thanks everybody for entering. Rig will draw the second place once this video goes up. And as always, have a great rest of the day. Be kind to one another. And we'll see you for the next one.